Guys, right now Bitcoin is breaking below this drain level. Bitcoin was breaking below this drain level, so we do not know if Bitcoin will be going lower, or from here Bitcoin will be having a turn up to 2800. So all you have to do today is turn on the notification bell while we get onto today. So guys, this gym low right here is really something we should be giving attention to, because you could see our previous trend line right here. Bitcoin broke, and then there was a retest, and then Bitcoin came back to this point again right here. So it came back again to this point again, and you could see this seems to be a support zone for the Bitcoin chart. As I'm clearly seeing it, it seems to be a support zone, because this rescued this due to the CPI report yesterday. It was positive, so the market has to obey it. But at the same time, there hasn't been any gap on the chart. We are using the daily time frame, and if you go to the hourly time frame, you could see that Bitcoin is beginning to form an uptrend on the hourly time frame. Though Bitcoin will be dropping next week again, that is clearly seen on the chart, but this zone right here is where we are going to be keeping our target on. This zone right here is where we should be giving our target on. So far we have been struggling to remain. You could see the rejection that happens right here when Bitcoin was about pumping towards the upside again, and then it bounced back again from this place. So we are trying to correspond with something that we missed probably in the future. As you could clearly see, Bitcoin chart is not very far from seeing this chart of 14k, 14800, or possible 14400. The chart is not very far from here. Although we do not expect the drop to be coming so soon, as you could clearly see that the M pattern has already formed, and we are currently struggling at this zone of consolidation. Bitcoin is consolidating this point, so we do not know what will happen next week. Will Bitcoin drop, or from this point here Bitcoin is going to pump towards the upside? Because for all I could see, all our retest zone, let me take you guys to the lower time frame, so we could see that Bitcoin has managed to retest every support zone we are having difficulties on. So on the daily and the hourly time frame, yeah, like I showed, that this coin is beginning to form an uptrend momentum, but we are still having another resistance that might reject Bitcoin again, sending it back, if not possible, or if possible 16800 again at this zone right here. 16800 again, this Bitcoin might come back to retest this zone again. But for now, take a good look at the chart. Bitcoin has tested every support zone we drew. Bitcoin has tested every support zone we drew. It has broken and tested every support zone we drew back there. Bitcoin has drew and tested every support zone we drew back there for it. So what we are clearly waiting for now is an uptrend. This panic in the market between SAM and CZ is what is currently holding this market down, because a lot of people are trying to get their money out of FST. So a lot of people are trying to get their money out of FST, so they could probably get into the market rightly, because this is just the best time to really get into the market and then back up the favorite coin of your choice. But we are currently having another resistance, a rejection up here at this zone of 18k. If Bitcoin manages to break the zone of 18k, that means we'll be heading towards 20k. There will be no holdback, though the pullback next week will still be there. But at the same time, the Bitcoin should manage to break all our resistance zone. That means we'll be forming another support zone at 2800. I still believe that Bitcoin will see 22k before the end of this year. That is clearly seen on the chart, but Bitcoin will see 22k before the end of this year. So if you are looking to trade the market today, guys, Bybit is still there, Bygate is still there for you. The links are still available. Sorry I wasn't able to drop video yesterday. I just needed to follow the due process so I could minus what the inflation CPI report was going to be telling us yesterday. That is just what I have to say, guys. You could see our support zone right here. Bitcoin have tested every support zone we had. Bitcoin have tested this every support zone we had. Bitcoin have tested this support zone here. What is happening to this chart itself? Bitcoin has tested every support zone we are currently having. So Bitcoin have started this support zone, tested this one, tested this one, tested this one, and then this broke. Just like the chart will always tell you that every 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there is a likely to broke after the 6th or the 5th one. So we broke, and then we find another support zone right here, and if we could clearly see that Bitcoin is beginning to form an uptrend towards the upside. So this is where our target is lying right here. This is where our target is lying right here. If you change this to the line chart, you clearly see that this is where our support zone is lying right here at this point of 15k. At this point of 15k, this is where our support zone is lying right here. At this point of 15,500, this is where our support zone is lying right here. So I believe there will be a rejection at this point of 18k, bringing us down to this point of 16,800 again, and then there will be an uptrend again that will be taking the market towards the upside again. That is what is clearly seen on the chart, and I'm not seeing anything except what I am seeing. But I just wished, since it is the weekend, if we could close above 18k for the weekend, it will be nice for the next week that we are going to be going into. Yeah, this is what the market is clearly showing us. So the 1 hour time frame really holds the chart right now, though I will be going into the 15-minute time frame to take my entry, but at this zone right here, we are retesting the very dangerous zone for this market. If this market failed to break through 18k, we might be seeing ourselves below 15k this time around. So keep your eyes on the market, guys. At this time around, all we have to do is keep our eyes on the chart. Thank you, guys, and see you in our next video. Thank you.